Well, this little grinder, hand grinder, appeared in the post. Well, I've got two of them actually. This is the more expensive one of the two. It's called the 1Zpresso JX Pro. Quite heavy, about 700 odd grams, so quite a meaty grinder. Comes in a nice box that you'll keep for about 5 seconds. Has a little brush. So I'm basically lazy, and when someone said, "Do you want to test a hand grinder?" I thought, well, not really, and they won't grind for espresso, and they don't produce good grind. And, I'd never used one for an espresso machine, so I agreed to do it. Not very hopeful about doing it, but I agreed to. So I'm just going to show you how it works as a hand grinder. Let's put the beans in. I'm going to use a little hand grinder's own pot to weigh out the beans, simply because I've got it. And I don't know if this is how it should be done, because the instructions are in Chinese, so I can't read them, or Korean, or whatever it is. Anyway, you take the top off. I've put 17.06 grams in, or just about 17. Tip the coffee in. So it's back to almost 5 off, 0.5 off 0, but I won't worry about that. Now, first time I used it, I actually ground for Turkish, and boy oh boy, that takes some time. But grinding for espresso, although time consuming, isn't so bad. So you put the grind handle on, you put the base on, and basically you grind. Now it takes 65 turns to grind 17 grams, and a total of about 30 seconds. So I'm going to grind. It's not hard, although if you're weak in the arms, got arthritis, whatever, you probably wouldn't enjoy the process of hand grinding, or if you're lazy. However, I haven't counted the turns, but it's about 65 turns. So it's nearly done. There we go. That's all done. I think I've got all the last beans. So that's all good. Now, the next thing to do, I've found, is give it a few sharp knocks, because if you don't, espresso coffee, is a fairly fine grind. So let's just see if we can. There we go. And there's the bottom of the grinder. Now what I found is, if you use a little brush, you can just brush out those last few bits and keep your counter cleaner. Doesn't keep it totally clean. And there's the coffee. Now I'm just going to take that coffee, drop it straight in the portafilter. Again, a few sharp wraps. It's all solid aluminium, so it's not going to break. No plastic there. Try not to spill it. And you do pretty much get out what you put in. You might lose, a little tiny bit of coffee. You might lose 0.3 of a gram or something, but it's really very little. So that's pretty much got it all out. That's coffee in the portafilter. I don't know if you can see the grind quality. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show you what it is here. There we go. And you see, it's actually really quite good. I was most surprised. Totally surprised. So we're going to swing over to the espresso machine here, and I'm going to see if this hand grinder will produce an espresso shot. So all I'm going to do, tamp it. There we go. Just tamped. Lock and load. Get a glass jar. Looking forward to this. I haven't had a coffee today. And hopefully you can see I might try and move the camera in a little bit more just to get closer into the shot. Okay, and let's check the exposure. There we go. So, from a hand grinder. Move that so you can see the timer. And I must say, I was surprised how well a shot it gave. I wouldn't have believed the hand grinder could grind well enough to do a decent espresso shot. There you go, 34 grams, 31 seconds. Yeah, surprised that the hand grinder could do this. It's got 48mm conical burrs in it, so that's and I think they're quite good quality burrs. It's not a cheap grinder, not by any means, but yeah, most surprised. And the fact is that 65 turns in 30 seconds, I guess if you've got no power or you're on a boat or I don't know, you wouldn't run an espresso machine then, but you know, if you just wanted to use a hand grinder, it actually works to produce a very good shot.